Previously on Sailing Adrift.
Kelly,
Yeah,
it's time.
it is time.
We're about to leave the dock here in Warrington Marina. And we're gonna head out across the bar and go into the Pacific Ocean, the Big Blue.
We then spent the next 46 hours doing just that, straight on through all the way down the coast of Oregon into California.
We're here in Crescent City, California. We've made it. We're tied up. The engine is still on.
Yep.
There's a real concrete pier.
We're on
I don't think
land.
it's going anywhere.
Does this count as land? I guess it doesn't
No, it really
No,
doesn't.
we're still floating. Now that we're here, first order of business, making sure Drifter is properly maintained.
Well, Kelly, I hate when people tell me I look tired, but I'm telling myself I look tired.
We're tired.
Yeah. Before we call it quits, since the engine oil is nice and hot and we're approaching 100 hours on the engine, we should have done this about halfway through the ocean, but we're busy. We're gonna do a quick oil change and filter change. So I just want to get the hot oil out while it's viscous because the pump does struggle a bit.
Good?
It's oil.
That's the new stuff?
Yep.
Okay.
This is a cool container because it's about the exact amount that we need for an oil change. And then that means later we can keep the container as a oil change thing without having to contaminate a bucket. This has a lid, so it's easy.
Cool. And now we wait.
Yep.
And now for the new filter.
All right.
That's a rim job.
It's a well done rim job. Yeah.
Kind of just looks like you're playing with yourself.
Well, that's what I'm doing. This boat is an extension of my manhood. This is gonna be a neat trick because I need to put 7 liters in there and it's not really marked. And it's not easy to do. I bought some funnels. I'm going to use one now.
Okay.
Funnels in place. Let's start pouring and hope we don't make a mess. Fresh synthetic oil on sale.
Whoa. Oh, it's a little dicey.
This is the second time I've done it, Kelly. I've become an expert.
Well, you're doing a great job.
Thanks, Kelly.
You're welcome.
Looks like we're at the top.
Good.
That's not great. That means I overfilled it a little bit. I think I did a great job.
I think you did a great job too. Don't beat yourself up.
Kelly. You're the biggest cheerleader.
I am medium-sized on the cheer level. Actually, I'm probably below average.
What does that mean?
On the cheer level, I'm not
Cheeriness?
a cheerleader.
Yeah, but that's sad because you're my biggest cheerleader.
I am your biggest fan.
Here. There we go. 1 changed oil.
Now that Drifter's been maintained, it's now our turn for some self-care. And I mean, we need showers bad.
Pink, pink, poof, and I'm going to the shower room. Kelly doesn't have a pink poof, but she has a pink bottle of goo. Pink bottle of goo. I got my real pink poof, and I'm gonna go wash my balls. I'm gonna scrub a dub-dub on my ball sack with this poof.
With this poof.
That's right.
All right, one of us is clean. No, we both got showers.
We've arrived, we've taken showers, we're squeaky clean.
So clean, it feels so good.
We're gonna go find some pizza.
Your destination is on the left.
At this point, I don't know how we're still going, but we are. And we're both really looking forward to a nice, hot, delicious meal, followed by a long, deep sleep. Don't count it out just because it looks like something from a frozen food section. This looks significantly better than that.
This is better than that. Pretty good.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Oh man, I'm ready to crash.
Yeah, we've done some good work here today.
Not really.
I
We
meant
just
like,
kind of survived. Good night, everybody.
That was pretty good. I had my reservations when I walked in, and when the pizza hit the table, I was like, wow. Thanks.
Yeah.
But it tasted good. The crust was good. The sauce was good.
Yeah.
And they gave us a couple of cannolis.
cannolis to go.
I would like to try mine now, please.
Right.
I love
Really?
lemon.
What is that?
Lemon.
Oh. I thought you said I love women.
Well, sure. Who vote?
Well, we made it to California. But let me tell you, Crescent City, California is not the sunny surf California most people think of. That California is still well south from where we are.
Not much going on this lazy Sunday. Kelly's on the boat working on things. I'm gonna go try to find a coffee shop because there's really kind of one good place to post up with a computer on the boat, and then a whole bunch of mediocre spots. And while we're here in the marina, why not go explore a little bit, see what's out there? Our rough game plan is to spend one more night here in Crescent City and then sneak down the coast. It's probably be about a 10-hour motor sail to Eureka, California. We're gonna probably have to stick out some nastier sea conditions there for maybe about a week. We'll see. I think we feel like we've made the big jump, and the rest of what we'll probably do is just kind of harbor hop our way down into the comfortable Southern California area.
And now, here's your Crescent City fun fact.
Little plaque explaining those weird jack shapes for the jetty. Apparently they're there to kind of like dissipate the strength of the waves and keep them from damaging things past the jetty. They had a tsunami here and it moved the display jack like 3 feet. That's where it used to sit and that's where it is now. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, man, nature's strength, I guess. That thing looks pretty heavy and substantial to me.
As exciting as Crescent City was, we decided to leap on down to Eureka, which would be about a 10-hour day trip. And we had a bit of a rushed morning with my work schedule, so here's hoping we succeed on our plans of still arriving in the daylight. Just had my meeting for work and taking a quick walk before we get on the boat for another 10 hours. I really didn't get out much yesterday, so get some fresh air, stretch my legs, and then round 2. Next place we go will be Eureka. Kind of excited to get out of here. Chris has pretty much prepped the boat, so all we have to do is untie and get out of here and dodge those crab pots. Man, it's like a minefield out there. The engine fired up, no problem. Just one last check on our fluids, making sure our oil level is good and our coolant is topped off. Somebody here?
Hi there. Yeah, we're gonna go down to Eureka. We got this day and then it gets pretty nasty, so. The sun is out. Do you see that behind me? It's sunshine.
Like now the sun comes up today we're leaving.
Yeah, we'll have a sunshiny day.
Yeah.
Are you ready to go? We're gonna hop down the coast to Eureka, California in Humboldt Bay.
Yep.
It's right before Mendocino, Cape Mendocino, which is kind of one of the dastardly spots along the California coast. We are probably going to have to tuck in there. It's going to take us about 10 hours today, and we'll have to tuck in there for quite a while because the weather past today does not look very good.
Yeah, maybe over a week.
Yeah. You ready to go?
I am ready.
Let's do it. Here we go. The only thing I did was change the oil. Did it make that noise when it happened before? It just did nothing, didn't it?
I don't think it did anything.
Yeah, it just went like nothing.
Yeah.
Last time, meaning we forgot to return it to neutral. so Chris thought that might be the problem. Well, we were ready to leave, but Drifter is not ready to leave.
You know, like we motored all the way from Astoria down here and everything was great, and now when I go to start my engine, all I'm getting is kind of like a click at the starter and nothing's happening.
Chris is now on the phone with Matt, our mechanic friend from back home.
Yeah, it's kind of like a chuck noise.
Matt thought it was either a bad starter or a starter misalignment and told Chris to rotate the flywheel with muscle and try again.
Yeah.
At this point, why not try?
Alright, thanks Matt, appreciate it. Yeah, that is definitely helpful, thank you. Bye.
Matt, the diesel mechanic. Super helpful over the phone and says that you too can call him if you're ever in a pickle.
I'm the mechanic man.
Okay, mechanic man, we're burning daylight, and we're way behind schedule. Let's get this show on the road.
Okay, we're clear. That looks good.
Bye-bye, Crescent City, California.
You done out there?
Yeah, I'm done.
Hi. Already a little choppy out here. Not quite the sea state we had hoped for.
Lake number 2, short leg, Crescent City to Eureka, California. The scenes are pretty freaking rough, man.
Yep.
I feel like we're playing a video game because first we're in the training spot where we leave the marina in the harbor, and that's no big deal. Then we get out, and the seas are pretty big. And it's tossing us around and knocking our plant off.
Yep, this plant right here. And yes, lesson learned. No need to tell us we're idiots for leaving it out.
Minor casualty.
Yeah.
I think the plant will survive, but this is the aftermath.
Causing all sorts of problems, similar to this right here.
Yeah.
God, I can't believe.
Oh,
What?
nothing.
And level 1 started when the crab pots appeared. We thought we might get lucky and not have to deal with them.
But no, they were out.
Yeah, we were going to turn on the autopilot and just hang on. But then we had to start dodging crab pots. And then level 2 came on. That's when the bilge alarm started going off because the little sea strainer on the bilge pump is clogged and the water tank is sloshing around and there's a bit of a leak between it and the engine room. So we're losing our fresh water into the bilge.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear that? So we're still dealing with this, level 3. And hopefully this is the last level, and we're only about 2 hours in.
Yeah.
Out of 10. 1 solid workday left.
We kept motoring along, trying to embrace the motion as best we could. There was no turning back now, and we still had about 8 hours to go.
Day 6.
Day 6.
Feels like day 6.
It's like hour 6.
It is. I cannot shake this seasick feeling.
Kelly took a bit of a nap. I just kind of zoned out. I think I've been at the helm since about 10:15. What time is it now? 5:46.
Yeah.
So 7.5 hours. It says we're due to arrive at sometime between 8:30 and 9 o'clock. The big thing we need to do is get across the bar, and that's kind of the 10-hour mark for my homework. We have had logs in the water. The bilge pump keeps getting blocked.
Yeah, I wish we had a third camera guy for that scene. That was quite a show.
That was the only time in this whole trip so far I felt like I was going to hurl. Just trying to clean out that little screen and then plugging it back in and then having it foul up again in about 2 minutes.
Yeah, there was the engine room below us, which was completely open. Chris's belly down there trying to get the strainer off. Then I'm climbing over him trying to clean the strainer out while he's making sure the bilge pump is flowing out the side. And it's just like, there's a lot going on.
So what we've learned
Yeah.
is that our friend Brent was right.
Yeah.
Deed state trumps like weather conditions, current weather conditions all day because it was gorgeous today.
Yeah.
It was sunny. I'm shedding layers. Kelly's adding them. I don't know why. This rolliness, you really have to wait for the northern Pacific Ocean to get to calm down because it said we were supposed to only experience 1.9 meter seas with a period of over 6 seconds, which is supposed to be fairly comfortable, but this close to the shore, there's a lot of confusion coming back at us, and it's pretty freaking miserable.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this again. Plus, we can't even use the autopilot because it's a little too rough for it. So
Yeah.
this is what I've been doing. And there's the beep of the alarm for the bilge. It just keeps going off. It's like sloshing around in there. No water's being added to it. We've been monitoring that closely. We are about, I would say, 2 hours from crossing the bar into Humboldt Bay, and then we will anchor for quite a while. So we'll be able to relax at that point. No super dark time sailing for us today.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
Guess what? We saw a whale.
We did.
He broached twice to breathe. What?
Roach?
I don't know. What did you say?
Breach?
Anyway, we saw a whale. He came up and breathed, and then went back down, and then a long time later came up again. That was pretty exciting, though.
That was very exciting.
We kept pressing on, battling the sea state and our fatigue. And then, all of a sudden, the lights went out. Which was exactly what we were trying to avoid. Well, so much for arriving in daylight.
Got the radar on. It's getting dark. We gotta go through a freaking bar,
Yeah.
dodging crab pots while we can still see a little bit.
It's like everything we didn't want to do.
Yeah. Where is our turn?
This is what we're aiming for. But this is what it looks like. Also, did we mention we're in crab pot country?
Right. Go right.
Go right?
Go right.
Now, figure out what you want to say.
I had just confirmed it with you. You said
I know,
go right.
but I'm just saying,
The tension is high right now.
oh, I see some lit markers out here.
Yeah, I see them too.
Are they moving?
It looks like they're moving, but there's no way they're moving. Green on the left and a red on the right.
That makes sense. Why would the green be on the right?
The green's on the left.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Feels like a video game again.
Yeah.
Holy that was scary. I think we're kind of in now, but we're still going freaking 9.2 knots with the inrush of current.
Yeah.
God, man, I felt like I was on a slide. I think that just the fact that we got a little bit of a late start should have been something that,
Yeah.
should have affected our choices we made. We were just like, all right, we got it going. Let's go. Because we didn't want to be stuck there. And
Yeah.
that's a bad choice.
That is a bad choice.
Well, we don't like to do things half-assed, do we, Kelly?
No, siree.
On a bar in the dark, or like twilight, and we're gonna anchor in pitch black. Hope to God we don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
No one hits us.
Yep, that's exactly what we did. We marked out a spot on our chart plotter ahead of time and dropped the hook right there. I stand at the bow and call out our color markers to make sure we're getting enough chain out to securely anchor.
Green.
Then Chris backed down on the anchor. It was a good hold.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Didn't move?
It didn't move.
Gun starts again when we need it.
We did it.
Yeah,
Mostly you did it.
we did it, babe. We have successfully anchored in Humboldt Bay and are making dinner. It is 9:38 p.m. Kelly's kind of getting everything organized. We did all the things. We set all the anchor alarms. We've got lights on because this is kind of a slightly uncomfortable channel for anchoring with wives. We got there, co-pilot.
What do I got here? We made it.
We didn't die.
That was the longest trip I've ever taken. And I got to take a nap along the way.
Yeah.
It was super rough. That was like the roughest seasick state I've ever been in, hands down. That was terrible.
Stuff was flying again. It was not comfortable. We got to pick our weather windows better.
Yeah, we do need to do that. But you were amazing. That was
11.1 hours of hand steering. That was pretty, like, while I was in it, wasn't so bad. But now I'm exhausted. I'm not ready to go out again for a while.
We're gonna be here for a few days to a better weather window. We kind of pushed this one because it looked like we could make it, and we did.
Yeah.
Hands down, the freakiest part for me was like flying over the bar. Like the waves, I looked at it online and people talk about the waves pushing you from behind. And sometimes they can push you way more than we got pushed. But you're coming in pitch black. There's 2 green lights that you have to line up. You're trying to glance at your instruments and also make it like look at the lights, and you're going 10 knots and you don't want to slow down because then that might like kind of kick you off kilter. It's like a surf ride in and then you're there. We did it. I'm proud of us, but man, I don't want to do that again.
Now we know what our limits are.
We haven't come close to our limits, Kel.
That's right. Tune in next week for some more limitless fun.
Trick is going to be getting back in,
Yeah.
especially if the tide is lower.
Can you maybe put the camera down and help me?
Apparently, it's designed to not damage the current. Maybe I got that wrong.
What part?
Probably the west part.
Smart ass. Probably the west part. What a mess.
Check them out.
Oh, the underwater fights?
Yeah, it's
Oh, yeah. It's a little murky, little swamp action.